After a 1-week hiatus for a very important reason, we are back with week 11 of the Ledger. Gentlemen, one of us has made a few nuggies. I just sit in the catbird spot here 10 weeks into the season. I am barely in the green, but gosh darn it, I am in the green, and I couldn't be more excited.
We're very proud of you, Trey. Good job.
To make 14 nuggies, all I needed to spend was 900, and I don't know if there's a more efficient way to make 14 nuggies out there. I haven't seen it. So here we are, week 11, coming down the stretch. We have weather a factor all over the country probably this weekend. We have a lot of key matchups around the country. We'll get into that on our full pod. But guys, let's break down our top picks for the week. Mitch, we'll start with you. Late rally. We need some big numbers. What do we got?
We do need some big numbers, but you know what? We're not going to get caught chasing that number, right? A couple weeks left in the season. I might have looked at your homework, kind of copied you from across the desk.
There's
like the scoring model that we're seeing out of the Reeves household. And, one wise person once told me you'll never go broke making profit. So we're going to chase that this week. And I've got 4 plays. We're going to go with the Georgia Bulldogs, number 1. They should be number 1 in the college football playoff rankings. You're not number 1 until you knocked off the champs. No one's done that yet. That's a soapbox for another day. Georgia is 10.5-point favorites between the hedges against Ole Miss. Guys, I don't think anybody was impressed by Ole Miss a week ago, almost losing to Texas A&M at home. They are a top 10 team on paper, not on the field. Bulldogs are going to roll this weekend. Give me the 10.5. The Bulldogs pull off an impressive win. We're going to put the 40 stack on that one. Let's go to the bounce house. Oklahoma State, 3-point favorites on the road. They did just win Bedlam, guys. It's a letdown look-ahead situation. Apparently, all is in front of Oklahoma State. They've got the 3 newcomers to the Big 12 in front of them, and this is by far their toughest test. But unlike a model that might say Oklahoma State goes down this weekend, I'm looking across at what UCF's done, and it's not much. Give me Oklahoma State minus the points. They've got a quarterback. Their defense looks reinvigorated. Very easy to fall asleep at the wheel, but I'm going to say that they get it done. So I'll roll with the Pokes here. Minnesota and Purdue. We're going to take the under 46.5. This is the 20 piece. You mentioned weather a factor this week, Trey. It's getting cold. It's getting icy up there. Not necessarily snow or any frigid temperatures, but neither of these teams are very good at scoring points in the slightest. I think this is a ground and pound kind of game. This is an ugly Big Ten West football game that really nobody should be watching unless you're a fan of either of these teams. Let's go with the under on that. And then we'll roll with the home dog parlay. All 3 of these teams I would take outright to win these games. But again, we're not going to get caught chasing the number here. We're not going to get caught chasing the results. So let's go Missouri plus 1. 1.5, I guess, in some places against Tennessee. I think they win this outright. Syracuse plus 3 at home versus Pitt. It's weird to go play up in the dome. Pitt doesn't have a quarterback. Pitt's coach is bailing on the team, saying he wants different players. I guess it's cool if Dion says it, but not so much if Pat Narduzzi says it. Wake Forest plus 2.5 against NC State, who just lost their quarterback for the season. I don't know much about the Baptists, but they can score a little bit. They're at home. I'll take them. Plus the points. That's 10 to win. 57-80. Guys, it's free real estate Saturday, I hope. Let's see if we can get in the green this week.
I thought long and hard about that Wake Forest bet at some point. I think there's a lot of fingers being pointed around that NC State program this week. Garrett, again, trying to rally. Need some big numbers. You're taking a slightly different approach. I'd love to see it.
Yeah, man. I'm deciding to just go 25 each. On each of these bets here. Just got to kind of keep it safe. I know I've been kind of on a losing streak recently, so got to figure it out, got to get it back on the right track. And we're starting with Oklahoma State. I got them at minus 2.5. Got them as of 30 minutes ago. They've dropped a little bit. Again, kind of for the reasons Mitch was saying. I just like where they are right now. They got all the momentum. They're going to run the ball on the road. And I like that for 25 to win at 22-73. Guys, another one, 25 to win, 22-73, and you can call me crazy. I just have to believe in something. And when the Iowa Hawkeyes are on the field, you can never believe in the over. But I'm going to go Iowa versus Rutgers. This is going to be over 28. You just need 28 points.
That's the first half total, right?
That's the whole game. That's the whole game.
Season total for Iowa.
Look. It's just about look. I have to believe in something. I wanted to believe in them for the 30-something number a couple of weeks ago. I'm gonna believe in them again. Maybe it's got to be Rutgers doing the heavy lifting here. I don't know, but over 28, we're gonna believe in something. Then I got a couple of parlays. First off, we've got the Dukes parlay. This is Duke and the James Madison Dukes. We're going to pick James Madison to cover that 24.5 and Duke to pick up the 14.5. That's parlay 25 to win 65.72. And this is my just win the dang game. All of these are money lines. Michigan, Alabama, Georgia, Oregon, Texas, LSU. Love all these teams this weekend. I think all of them win. So we're going to pick them all to win 25 to win 64.42.
Garrett, I'm going to put you on the spot here. Who are you most nervous about in that last parlay?
Ooh, in the last parlay, this might sound crazy. I think Texas is my most concerning one there because
I was gonna say, I think, yeah.
They play TCU. That's a little bit of a scrappy game there.
Always is.
Yeah, it's always a tough game for them for some reason. I have no idea why Texas can't put TCU away. It's the last year in the conference, so you think TCU might try to get that parting shot. It hasn't worked for most of these Texas teams, but you got to think one of them gets them eventually, and they're running out of options and opportunities. So that one makes me nervous. I think the rest of them are just pretty much overmatching every opponent they're playing. So, that's pretty much where the rest of those teams are.
Gotcha. Well, as I look to extend my lead here, I'm going to dance with the ones that brought me here in several categories. I'm starting off with the Crimson Tide. I know that we have been up and down on Alabama this year, but they seem to have figured it out, guys, especially on the offensive side of the ball. I don't think that Kentucky can keep up. I think Kentucky's pretty one-dimensional. I think it's going to be a long afternoon for the Wildcats. Even though they're at home, it's an 11 a.m. kick. I think Alabama's going to be up and ready for that one. Minus 10.5, that's my 40 burger. 40 to win 36-36. My second pick here, USC Oregon. I think there are going to be a ton of points from at least one side of this year. I don't think Dan Lanning is going to take his foot off the gas. We saw earlier this year he was kind of nice to Colorado. I don't think we get that with USC. I think he's going to go for the kill. He's going to try to make a statement. 73.5 is the total. I could see Oregon putting up 56 at least, and then you're telling me I just need, 3 or 4 scores from Caleb Williams. I like that. I like those odds. I'll take over 73.5. Garrett, you said I need to believe in something, correct? I believe in betting unders in the Big Ten West, specifically with the Iowa Hawkeyes. Listen, Rutgers is a Big Ten West team at heart. I think we can all agree with that. And in the last year of the Shadow Realm, it has been extremely profitable to find these unders. I'm parlaying two together here. I'm leaning in to the number. It was 30 last week, and it was 0-0 at halftime with Iowa and Northwestern. Give me the under 28.5. I got it slightly before Garrett this morning. Give me the under 28.5. You can tell how much money's coming out on the under in this one because I can't set it low enough. I'd be tempted at 19.5, to be honest. So...
Oh, you muted yourself. It's too much for the computer to handle.
It's too much for the computer to handle. It can't take this number seriously, but it should. And I'm also going to take under 43.5 in Northwestern, Wisconsin. Wisconsin still doesn't have a quarterback. Northwestern, I don't know if they have an offense, if they're choosing to field one this week. That's news to me. So we'll go under 43.5 there.
Why is that number so high? Real fast. Why is that number so high?
I don't know.
I think it's just because Iowa's not playing in the game.
Listen,
that might be why.
It's at Camp Randall. Wisconsin's played great defense at home. Northwestern hasn't played great offense anywhere. So yeah, I have no idea why that number is so high. But listen, like I said, you guys said finding a formula. My formula has been finding these 40-ish numbers in the Big Ten West and taking under express and riding that to a lot of nuggies. So we're rolling with that this week. In my last parlay, I like to come up with a cute theme sometimes. I really started with one, but then I didn't really have a finisher, so I threw Missouri in here. Obviously, the two Houston schools, I think they both do pretty well this weekend. Houston -2 at home against Cincinnati. Cincinnati just hasn't shown me anything in quite some time. They're on a losing streak. I think Houston gets it done against a fellow Big 12 newcomer. Rice getting 16 against a UTSA defense that hasn't shown that they can stop anybody consistently. I know UTSA's undefeated in conference play. I have no problems with them winning the game. But Rice getting 16, I think you should take those points. And then I'll take Mizzou outright. I think that they get the win at home against the Volunteers. That's 10 to win 64-86 when you put it all together. Guys, our lines are brought to you by MyBookie. Make sure you are checking out all that they have to offer. Please bet responsibly this weekend and enjoy the games.
Gracious him.